All right, so underneath all these packs, we got the nice little Fortress Maximus. So let's pull these guys up. We'll go over, splash through that real quick. This was kind of similar to what they ended up having with the last set with Trypticon. It was kind of a nice little interesting way of it. A nice way to get the promo. So we'll pull up this little guy that says this divider to or remove this divider to summon the Fortress Maximus pack. Pull that aside, and bam! There is Fortress Maximus, all to his own kind of glory. We'll save him for a little bit of other time. Now, with us having the packs pulled out, we'll get opening them and we'll be able to see what characters we end up getting. So like I said, this is wave 5, so this is going to be a nice little interest with it. It's been going for a little bit. Going nice and steady. Battle cards is going to be pulled over to the side. And then we're going to end up looking at the big box things. First one's going to be an uncommon, which is Mind Wipe. Which has it's a little Decepticon. And then we have a little Titan Master that goes over that has Tough 1 for him. And Volrath, which also has Tough 1 once he becomes over that side. Alright, so we started with an uncommon for it. So it's kind of a little bit nifty that we end up having here. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff that goes over into a little bit of waste that we end up having with it. But that's okay. It makes it for a nice pickup for later. Alright. So we started off with another uncommon. Megatron, Fallen Hero. You flip over to the tank side, another tank. When this defensive flips at least a orange, do 1 damage to an attacker after battle. When you flip to this mode, you get +2 attack until end of turn. And then we got a rare Titan Master, which is Flintlock, which, if I'm not mistaken, early on, it's a cup. He ends up having Tough 3. Alright. 2 down, many to go. That to the side, that got rid of. Another uncommon, Decepticon Quake. So over in the little bot side, or the body side, when another character is KO, do 1 damage to each other character. You ranged over that way, and then while this is your only character on the battlefield, he gets a +2. Huh, it's kind of a little similar to Legendary Warrior. And then we got Flame Out, which is a little head. Pops out and gives you a little bold 2 action. So how are we doing today? So I've been really excited to knock this box out tonight and everything. Just excited to see the set period. That Transformers is such a fun game itself. We're right back with another pack. Oh, we got a Stratagem card. We'll end up covering that in a second. Oh, interesting. So we got Wingspan. When upgrade is scrapped from this, put it under him. And then over on the other side, when you flip to this mode, draw a card. This has a +1 for each card underneath him. And then we happen to pull the Stratagem that comes with him. When the Wingspan the processor on the battlefield with an upgrade is scrapped from one of your other characters, put it underneath Wingspan. Interesting. The Stratagem is one of those things that's supposed to make the how do we say it? It gives a little bit of nos to the character itself. Try and make it a little bit better for you playing. Now it has anywhere from wave 1 all the way up to even wave 5 stuff. Alright, another wingspan. And then we got a different stratagem. Something a little neat in the back. It has the little art of the character. Systems enhanced. Autobots, Outback Gunner. Stratagem, obviously, we just covered that part. When you upgrade Autobot Outback Gunner, draw a card, then scrap a card from your hand. Interesting. So those are both common, and that was common before. Alright, so we got Beachcomber as the big bot for it. He's a geologist with melee and focus 1, which means you get to look at it before flipping. On the other side, when you flip to this mode, name a card, then reveal the top card. If it's the card named, draw 3 cards. So it's a nice little over setup with it. And then we got the stratagem, it looks like, of him. Science Officer. Your deck can have up to 1 extra star of actions and 1 extra star of upgrades. So that gives you 2 extra stars for a little Beachcomber action. Interesting. Yeah, like I said, I tried to keep it as spoil-free as I could. I couldn't resist doing it early on because I wanted to see what the interesting mechanic of it was. Ooh, buddy. One character I was really hoping to end up pulling and we ended up getting was Brawn. He's a truck and melee over in the alt form. When this attacks an enemy that has more stars than him, and you flip battle cards, this gets Pierce 1 until end of turn of each different color among those battle cards and flipped. And then over on the other side, when this defends against an enemy that has more stars than him, and you flip battle cards, and you get a +1 defense until end of turn for each color difference with it. As I say, I've been seeing him with the big old Optimus Prime, so I'm going to end up giving that a shot. And then we got another stratagem. Test that wicked art. Heroic Spotlight. Autobots. If your starting team is only Autobots, your deck can have up to 2 extra stars of the blue kind. Ooh, that's going to be good for a pillow guy. We ordered up our second copy of Brawn. I mean, he's just a common, so it's no surprise, really. And then we got another common stratagem card. Check out the art behind it. Data Protection, Crankcase Data Collector. While you have Crankcase Data Collector on the battlefield, your opponents cards can't cause you to scrap cards from your hand. So, interesting fact with these stratagems, they each cost a star. So, it makes it a little bit more expensive. So, it's not like just a freebie or anything like that. It does have a little bit of a cost to it. Which you gotta have a little bit of balance to the game. Oh, it makes sense now. So we ended up getting Crankcase. Let's go with the stratagem card that we just opened up. Got a nice little combo going on for him. When he attacks, you have 5 or more cards in your hand. He gets a +3 attack until the end of battle. And over on the other side, when you flip to this mode, draw a card. And then we got another stratagem card. Master Converter, Blitzwing, Relentless Foe. Oh, that's one of the ones that's from the different set. When Blitzwing or Relentless Foe is either in alt mode, he has a tank and a plain traits. That was a rare. Crankcase was a common too. Seems like this box is liking Decepticons a lot more than what the Autobots is so far. What side do you guys like? Are you the Decepticon side, or are you with the Autobots? I personally prefer the bots or Autobots myself. All right, Skull Smasher. It's a rare. So over with the body form is when an enemy has fewer stars than this becomes tapped, do 1 damage to the enemy. When an enemy has more stars than this, it becomes tapped and do 1 to this. And then over on the other side, while attacking an Autobot, this has Pierce 3. Huh. And then we got an Autobot Z over with it. That gives Bold 1. And then when it ends up popping off, you end up having Bold 1 for a Parasite, which is an uncommon for it. Getting to where it's about halfway. We're what, 5 packs, 6 packs away from that? Now we got Fangry. Here's the body side. I don't know if you can see that too well. Sorry about the glare. While this is defending against an enemy that has fewer stars than him, it has Tough 2. Over on the other side, while this is attacking an enemy that has more stars than him, this has Bold 2. And then the head mode gives +1 to attack. Over on the other side, it's called Mox Exo. Melee. Titan Master. Yeah, dang. The Decepticons are crushing this box. Heard this set kind of made it drift over towards the Decepticon side. That's alright. Good always wins over evil in us. Alright. Oh, the last one was also a rare. We're back to an uncommon. We got Quake again. And then we got a +2 attack. And it flips over into Chasm. Seems like there's a few duplicates in this thing. Not too bad. I've heard a little bit more duplicates going around with this. Again, like I said, the battle cards we'll cover in another video. I just figured it would be a little bit bold or a little bit much to be covering both of them at the exact same time. Alright. So we got Twisted Twin. He's an uncommon, a Wrecker Melee. So we got our first Wrecker. I mean, other than Perceptor, of course, but we all knew about him. So when you flip to this mode, your opponent chooses one of the characters and does 1 damage to it. If you flip this character at least 2 times this turn, instead of 1 damage, or instead you do 1 damage to each enemy. Over on the other side, when you flip to this mode, this gets a Pierce 3 until end of turn. And then we got a character that ends up having Brave. Looks like a Megatron head there. And it's Doomshot. Ends up having Brave himself. Brave was one of those mechanics that was popped into Wave 2, I believe. With the Rise of the Combiners making that a nice little thing for Compotron. And making sure that you don't end up going after him. Alright, break that guy up, put that guy there. And now we got Tailspin, or Topspin. Tailspin's the cartoon. So, when this attacks, you flip at least one white, draw a card. Over on the other side, when this attacks, he has Tough until the end of the battle, equal to his bowl total. For example, if he has Tough 3, when defending, flip 3 more battle cards. And then we got another Moxie, or an Exo. That there. All right. Ooh, got one of the combiner halves. We'll fling it over this way. So we got Sky Shadow, the plane mode. Bowl 2. Rare. Then the other side is evidently the legs part of it. He has Bold 2, Tough 2, and when this is combined, do 3 damage to an Autobot. Looks like we got Optimus Prime head, which has Stealth. And then the character is Apex, who also has Stealth itself. Alright. So we got another Fangry. Another Rare being over with it. And then we got another Monox. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm really bad. Sometimes I butcher names, so I'm having a feeling I'm butchering that. Mon-XO. Maybe that would be the right way. I'm sure I'll be hearing about it later. Okay. We got another Crankcase, which is a common. And then we got another Stratagem card. Aerial Enhancements. Trax Autobot Warrior. While Trax Autobot Warrior is in alt mode, he has the plane trait. Alright, so we're halfway through. Holy smokes. Or get moving a little bit, but this is being a little bit long of a video here. Alright, so we open up Wolfwire. If you flip to this mode, you may scrap a green card from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. Flip it. There's the body over mode. When this battles, instead of swapping cards from your hand with one of your green flip cards after the battle, you may put one of those green cards into your hand. It's an uncommon. And then we're coming over with the head. The head gives a Tough 1. And it's Volrath. which is uncommon. He gives tough one himself. Alright, we got Horrible. When you flip to this mode, move 1 damage counter from this to an enemy. There's the body. There was, when you play a black card, do 1 damage to an enemy and 1 damage to it. And then we're coming over. We have Bold 2 with the head mode. And we have Flame Out being the little bot mode. Come back on over. Rip open the little packs that we got going on here. Oh, we got Autobot Gears, which is another truck. When you flip to this mode, move an upgrade from an enemy to another enemy. Then over in bot mode is, when you flip to this mode, return an upgrade on an enemy to its owner hands. Then we got a stratagem. Weapon Crusade, Roadbuster, Ground Assault Commander. Your deck may have 1 extra star of weapons and up to 1 extra star of armors. For the Roadbuster Ground Assault. Common and uncommon was out of that pack. Ooh, got Bludgeon. It was a little bit hype behind this guy. Over in the mode, he has Pierce 1 and then Tough 1. We flip over here. When an enemy takes non-attack damage, it gets a -1 to its defense until end of turn. But it can't go down to below 0. Let's say he's in the common. And then we got another stratagem off the Heroic Spotlight. Nice little trick for the Autobots. Oops. Those guys will have their time to shine a little bit. Well, right now we're going to end up maybe spotting the characters. Alright, so we opened up Brainstorm. Biomechanic Engineer, a plane. When you flip to this mode, look at the top card of your deck. If it's an upgrade, you may play it. It's rare, so when this attacks, you flip at least 1 upgrade. You may put one of the upgrades flipped into your hand after the battle. And then we got another copy of the 8 packs. Autobot Outbreak. We got a stratagem earlier from him. As I say, he is a gunner, a truck melee. When you flip to this mode, you may scrap an upgrade from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. Flipped over to this guy, he becomes a ranged character. And if an opponent would cause you to upgrade to scrap this card, instead you may scrap an upgrade of the same type from your hand. Then we got a stratagem card. Old Megatron's coming out with it. Revenge. Megatron Fallen Hero. If your Megatron Fallen Hero has bold based on how many damage counters he has. 1 through 5, he has bold 1. 6 through 10, bold 2. 11 or more, bold 3. It's a 2-star. Alright, we're getting down there through this little box. Autobot Gears. Already seen him, we already covered that guy. Weapon Couche, which we already covered that guy as well. I like the stratagems because they have a little art on the back of them too of the character. That's kind of a nice little touch to it. Optimus Prime, Legendary Warrior, Leader, Truck, Melee. And his alt form is when you flip to this mode, draw a card. Then, if you have fewer cards in your hand than your opponent, draw another card. Over in body form is when he attacks, repair 1 damage from one of your characters. And then, if you have fewer characters on the battlefield than your opponent, repair 1 more damage from that character. That was uncommon. Then we got Volrath again. Alright, so how many more do we got? We got 2, 4, we got 5. We're down to the last stretch. Crankcase. Calvin, which we already covered that guy. But we got Stratagem, Bronze, Resilience. When Brawn demolitions defense, it gets plus defense until end of turn equal to the amount of the attacker's bold. That's a 1-star. Pack 4. Decepticon Killwake. Uncommon. I think we opened 3 of these guys. It's an awful lot for a little guy. But the head is plus 2 to a life. And then curb. Can't be flipped. Ooh, we're at the bottom 3. No secret rare yet. Man, oh man. Another bludgeon. And then we got a stratagem. Whoop. And over on the other side, saturated bombing, Mineswiper air defense. Once per game, when you flip your Mineswiper air defense to alt mode and has the number of damage counters equal to or greater than the number of enemies on the battlefield, move 1 damage counter from him to each enemy. Flip this. Number 2. Chrome Dome. When this attacks, your opponent has 3 or more actions in their KO area. This cuts plus 3 attack until end of turn. Over in the other side, Mr. Body over there, is when you look at this mode, look at your opponent's hand and put an action card from it into the KO area. Whoa! That's an uncommon. And then we got another little Moxie. Alright, so we're down to the last bag. As I say, I hope we pop a secret rare, but you never know. This would be the time I would like to say, though, if you enjoy watching any kind of content that comes over with the channel, we're going to end up going over Transformers, some Magic, some board games, eventually a podcast, and anything in between that ends up going over, filling the little fanciness of my geek/nerd side. So we're going to end up going with that. So slap a like on there and subscribe to watch more. Hop in the last guy open. Right, here we go. Toss this guy underneath there. Toss that to the side. And it's a Decepticon. Mind Swipe. When you flip to this mode, shows a battle icon color. Look at your opponent's card, scrap a card from it. That is the battle icon color of that. And it's an uncommon. I think we already have this. And then we're going over and ending with a +1 defense into Autobot Sailor. So this video is a little bit longer and everything. Like I said, though, I wanted it up just having just the bots itself, because I felt like this video would be way too long having both the bots and the Battlecons themselves. I was lucky enough, I ended up getting this from my LGS over at Box Days of Hobbies and Lobbies over in wonderful state of Michigan. But what we end up doing is slap a like to see more or continue watching the videos. Thank you. Have a good night.